And now the hyper observant of you probably would have noticed that I am fading in this guy's blue, what do you call it, a robe. Starts off kind of grey here, and then as we go along, it fades into this kind of blue color. What's going on there? Well, I'm using this color balance effect, which I've applied to that clip. So if I disable it, or if I'll move to a different portion of the clip, if I disable it, you can sort of see the color returns. And then if I just enable it, the color goes away. I'll show you on a different clip with a bit more color what's going on. Okay, so I've picked a different part of the clip to showcase these effects on. So down here you can sort of see in my effects kind of panel, I've got not only transitions, but I've just got straight up video effects. So if I expand that a wee bit, I've got a whole bunch of different things. Down here we've got color correction, and what I was applying before was just a color balance with a hue, luminance, and saturation, HLS, to be applied to it. There's a bunch of different ways to apply this. You can drag and drop like I did with the transition, but also if you've got the clip selected, you can just double click on it and it'll add that up here to your video effects controls, just like you were controlling the opacity and the motion with the scale before. So what this means is we've got a stopwatch, so we can actually animate this over time. It's pretty sweet. And it's just using keyframes, just like you learned with the opacity and the scale. Cool. So what does that mean? We can actually adjust the hue with this one. So I can actually completely change the colors in it. And I can do that over time. So let's reset that to 0. And I'll add a keyframe there. It's going to be 0 there. And I'll go forward a wee bit in the time. And we'll just completely invert the colors. And what this means is, if I play it from here, it's going to slowly do this kind of color shift transition. Pretty cool. Same thing with the lightness. So we can go to this and have that set to be 0. And then at the end we can have it go darker if we want. I'll just reset that. And then same thing as well with saturation, so we can actually knock all the colors out of the whole clip entirely. There's a really bright scene. Yeah, here we go. Let's get it to go from -100 up to 0 like that. So now it'll be black and white. Saturation is completely taken out, and then it slowly ramps the saturation up from about here. It brings that color back into it over time. So very cool. Like I said, there's a bunch of different effects. One that might be useful or not is invert. You can apply an inversion to it, so you can just flip all of the pixel values. Yeah, but I think have a look, like having a play around and see what you can find in the effects, video effects panel down here.